afternoon.
It's joyous for me to be here with you today. My name is Carl Hewitt. I'm the founder of this church. I have been here watching this presentation with much appreciation, as it was something that I used to do, but not in this manner. For as the instrument just explained to you, I used to have this as a film. It used to just run, and now with the new technology, you are able to see this with other information interlaced, which really makes it a much more cohesive presentation. But my comments about it are that it is such a powerful documentation of what the power of spirit is and the power of mediumship, for it can show even the most doubting person that the instrument, the medium, in this case the Matthew Manning, was able to bring forth information from people he did not know in languages that he did not know, and providing information to people he did not know. And how could this possibly take place? Because the information did not reside in his consciousness. So even the most skeptical person would have difficulty trying to rationalize how Matthew Manning could convey this information if he was doing it within his own consciousness all by himself. And this is really the most powerful source of confirmation of what mediumship is. It is allowing intelligence from the world of spirit to flow through a physical instrument, a physical medium, and convey information that the medium does not know and could not possibly know. And this is an ironclad case of that. This takes place. This takes place today. It took place in the 1970s when this film was produced. It took place in the biblical times. It took place throughout history. Throughout the world, at all times, there were certain people who could attune themselves to the world of spirit and speak to the people who resided there. As you know, the people in the spirit world have access to all kinds of information and also into all kinds of time frames that you cannot access in the physical world, because when you reside in the physical body, you are vibrating on a much slower level, and most people cannot see beyond what they can see and hear. They cannot travel to a different point in time. They cannot go back and forth in history and glean information. But spirits do not have that restriction and are able to do that, and this is why people, the physical people, sought out the mediums, sought out the seers, the prophets, the many words that were used in order to, during the course of time, to find out what would happen in their future, because the spirit people could see into that and thus provide the prophecies that were sought after. You can talk to this instrument when he is in his normal state of consciousness, and he can relate to time when he and I were in the land of Greece, where near an oracle site called the Oracle of Dodona. It was a place that I walked on the earth plane, and during one of my incarnations, I was a medium or oracle at the time. But we went there and found evidence of people writing questions asking which kind of God they should go to and who will I marry. The same kind of questions that are asked today. So the world of mediumship has not changed one iota from the biblical times, from the ancient times to today, with the exception that in the current modern era, in your time frame, you have a much clearer understanding of how these gifts work and can utilize this knowledge to understand what is happening. And you will not be in a state that Matthew Manning's father was in, witnessing all kinds of events happening and not understanding them. Or you will not be in the case where my own father witnessed the same kind of events and thought the devil was creating it and became very frightened and kept trying to escape the devil's wrath and the devil's hand, and kept moving his family over and over again to try to escape a being that doesn't even exist. So you are fortunate today that mediumship has come to the surface. You can watch it on your televisions, you can search it on your computers and on the internet and learn so much about it and not be frightened and concerned when you witness phenomena like this, but you can sit back and marvel at it and understand the power of the world of spirit as it manifests into your world. So that is fortunate, because in the days when I lived and walked on the earth plane, especially in my early days, people were very ignorant of the gifts of the Spirit, and they did not understand this. So the world has changed quite a lot in the last 80 years or so, and for this I'm most grateful. And the fact that perhaps I had a slight bit of part in helping to change this tide makes me realize that what I accomplished during my life on the earth plane did contribute to this, but was in fact the most powerful source of the change that has taken place has happened when qualified mediums end up being on the televisions, and people can watch mediumship on their TV sets at home and start to understand how and question how can that medium know certain facts about this person's grandmother, and start to understand that the grandmother is there communicating, sending mental images and speaking to the medium, or sending thoughts to the medium that they pick up clairsentiently, which means they just feel it and start talking. And sometimes some mediums just start talking and things come out of their mouth that they have no idea what they're saying, but yet the information is coming from the world of spirit, coming from the grandmother that is there, and the sitter, the person who's receiving it, understands that yes, this is coming from their deceased loved one, and therefore they can be comforted and healed by it. For that is the real truth, the real benefit and the real gift of mediumship. For it is there to help heal the grieving, to help heal the people that are in pain from the loss and separation of loved ones. But it is also there to use as a tool for bringing forth understanding of the spirit world, bringing enlightenment into the world, to bring philosophy across, that people can understand in a better sense how to become more spiritual and how to live more spiritual lives. So it is with great pleasure for me to be with you today and to help share these thoughts with you as I was able to do today. I will leave you at this time with my love and my blessings. Continue to go forth, continue to learn about the gifts of the Spirit, and to teach those that you come across about these gifts. And for that, you are helping people along their spiritual path when you do so. My blessings to you.